Hi everyone, Alchemist here. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. It truly means a lot to me. I really appreciate your support on this quest, and I'm very grateful to each one of you. Today is a collective tarot reading, and it's going to be a message from your higher self. And I'm going to use this beautiful tarot deck to channel spirit for you. What does your higher self want you to know? Is there anything specific that you need to know from your higher self? Let's get right to it. Akros selerech innaros kesh soch riasum akres kifen rus rashondres mientras imaholarak ikras ukmek shisarentek irachosen. All right, these are the first card that I pulled here at first. So based on these cards here, with the Five of Cups showing up in the beginning, it seems like your higher self wants you to know that whatever you're going through at the moment, that feels like a sort of stagnation, it feels like things are not going the way that you want them to be, or you're just uninspired, you feel stagnant, you feel that there's nothing new happening in your life. And that is also represented here by this Four of Wands reversed, which basically means that you feel like there's something lacking in your life and you're not satisfied about it. And here we have the Eight of Swords. So everything seems foggy to you, like you're in this kind of phase where nothing is clear. You feel like you don't have enough guidance. You feel like things are not adding up in your life and you're wondering what's going on. But let's see what else we have. Let's ask the cards some more questions and see what your higher self has for you about this situation. Sundrek immalarek sak rofechen. Interesting. The cards that we got here, the first one was actually the King of Pentacles. So your higher self is saying here, don't worry about money, about your finances, about the things you have to figure out in your life, which are related to money. Your higher self doesn't want you to worry about that because you are the King of Pentacles. If you find that you're using too much money, or that you're using up some of your savings, or just something happening with your financial situation where you're using more money than usual, and you're worried and you feel scared about it, Spirit is saying, don't worry about that because you're on the right path and the money is not going to go away from you. You're going to make it back. And everything is happening for your own growth, because this whole situation that you're going through, which came up through these cards, this unclear situation that you're going through, is going to make you stronger. It's going to make you more powerful, and it's going to make you more resilient for upcoming situations that before you wouldn't be able to handle. And now, because of what's happening to you at the moment, you will be able to handle them. And I'm not saying that these situations are bad, or that there's something that you need to pay attention to, but just in general, you're going to become more resilient. And this is going to also open up your heart chakra even more. We have the Eight of Cups, which represents abundance, which represents success, which represents you becoming more loving, you loving yourself more, acknowledging who you are, acknowledging your strength, and knowing your purpose in this lifetime. Why you are here, what did you come here to do? So everything is happening for a good reason, even though you feel lost at the moment. What else do we have from your higher self? Suchrandisekeleren shis makrotes mandres tato asufechen. We have the Page of Wands. Spirit here is saying that a lot of the things that come to you that seem magical, that seem supernatural, that seem like they're from the unknown or from the underworld, and your guardian spirits, your guardian demons, All of these things that you reflect on and that you think about, they're actually real, they're actually true, they're not just part of your imagination. And even when sometimes they come out of nowhere through some sort of synchronicity, maybe you're watching your favorite movie or you're outside doing some errands and you feel something, you feel a spirit, you feel some kind of presence, your higher self is saying that's real. The reason why is because your senses are heightening, they're becoming better, they're becoming much stronger. So you're able to feel these entities around you, you're able to see the magic around you, you're also able to see more auras, more energies, and you're able to detect places that feel weird, that feel awkward, and places that feel amazing and they feel like they have incredible energies. You're able to pinpoint these places. So you're changing. You're going through this kind of transformation that's making you more sensitive to things you were not before. And by the way, she's holding a beautiful black cat here. So you are a witch. You're very gifted. And you're supposed to learn the craft, research witchcraft, what witches do. And witches, they do gain, unfortunately, a bad reputation from normal people, from religious people. That's usually how it is. But just for those of you who don't know it, just like humans, there's the good ones and the bad ones. There are good witches and there are bad witches. It's the same how there are good human beings and how there are bad human beings. It's irrelevant to say, oh, she's a witch or he's a witch. That means, oh, they're bad people. That means, oh, they delve with nasty things and no, that's not how it is. It's exactly how there are humans who are doing atrocious things around the world. There's good humans who are doing amazing things as well. So it's the same thing. So she's a witch, and this, your higher self is saying that you're a witch, you're gifted. Use your gifts for your growth, for your spiritual connection. And if you can, and if you don't have a cat, and if you can, get a cat as a pet, because it's going to heighten your senses. This cat is going to help you throughout your spiritual journey, because cats are amazing. They're the most magical creatures out there, and they can sense spirit, they can see spirit, and they are a reflection of your gifts and abilities. But if you get a cat, treat them very well, okay? Treat them with the highest care you can, because if you're not willing to do so, then just it's better not to get a cat. What else do we have? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Here your higher self is reassuring you, and it's confirming that abundance is coming your way. You have chosen the path that's the most suitable for you. The path of magic, the path of connecting to spirit, the path of witchcraft, of being a witch, of being a mage, of being an alchemist, of being someone who's connected fully to spirit, of someone who acts upon the connection of spirit. So that's going to lead you to abundance. That's going to lead you to success. That's going to lead you to connecting to earth. But something that's coming to me here is that your higher self wants you to know that should be reflected in the way you treat your body as well, because our bodies are the reflection of our spirits. If you want to know how someone's spirit is, look at their bodies. I'm not talking about beauty standards. I'm talking about just health in general. And it is true that some people go through some hard times with some diseases and sicknesses and illnesses, and that's very unfortunate. But I'm talking generally speaking, that over the years, because taking care of your body, here you shouldn't get the wrong idea. It's not something you do for 1 week. It's not something you do for 1 month. It's not something you do for 1 year. It's something that you do for years and years, and then you start to see the benefits. It's something that you should do for at least a decade and then expect to see the benefits. Yes, you're probably shocked about what I'm saying right now, but if you're not taking care of your body, don't expect to see results after changing how your diet or exercising after just doing it for 1 month or 6 months. Don't expect to see results. This is a long journey that takes years and years and years. And after you do this for many years, then you start to see the results. Then you don't need to see a doctor anymore. Then you're going to start feeling always energetic and happy and on top of the world at all times, and you're not going to feel depressed. And even when you have hard times, they don't shake you, they don't budge you, because you are always connected to spirit. You know that there's always better days coming, and negative situations, challenging situations, life's hardships don't affect you whatsoever. You always keep your positivity, you always keep your happiness. And people don't even realize that. Like, you might be having a huge problem, but then when people see you, you're smiling and you're feeling good, and you're actually talking as if there's nothing happening in your life. But if another normal person would be having your problem, they would be depressed and they would be miserable. But to reach that state, it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline, and taking care of your body. And again, this is a long journey that takes years and years of eating healthy, of eating clean, of exercising, of always being connected to nature. It's not something you do for a month and you think that's how you connect to spirit. Just your higher self wanted me to stress on that. Here we have the Queen of Wands reversed. And this is the Page of Wands. Right, and then the Queen of Wands. Page of Wands came up earlier, and then the Queen of Wands reversed. Spirit here is saying your potential is this Queen of Wands here. Oh, and the card fell. I put the deck on the table, and the card fell on the ground. And guess what card is that? Hold on. It's the Sun card, and upright. It fell right in front of me, and it was the Sun card upright. Let's include it. It's a beautiful card. It's a major arcana. Spirit here is saying that you doing the work, being on the right path, everything I mentioned about this card earlier, is going to lead you to the way to becoming the Queen of Wands. But you're not the Queen of Wands yet. That's why it was reversed. So you're still doing the work, but the Queen of Wands showed up. That means your future is going to be the Queen of Wands upright. And when you become the Queen of Wands, the queen that has everything, that's successful and that's abundant and that's happy and that's inspiring many other people around the world, then you reach the sun, you reach gold, you reach your Philosopher's Stone. Because what was the main goal of every alchemist before is to turn base metals or lead, which is one of the base metals, into gold. And the sun is the representation of the gold metal. That means your highest state, your highest version, your enlightened version, the version that the Buddha Siddhartha Gautama has reached at some point. And that's why these enlightened people, when they're enlightened, it looks like there's a halo around them. Here, like this halo, you see the circle. So after you become the Queen of Wands, the next stage that's going to come up after that is the sun. It's you reaching your golden state, connecting fully to spirit, connecting fully to your higher self, and having the perfect balance between the spiritual and physical, understanding that the physical is part of the spiritual and vice versa. Not like what many people are preaching nowadays in this new age community, that this physical doesn't matter and that everyone is going to ascend. Yes, good luck. You can ascend. If you don't take care of your body, nobody's ascending without a proper healthy body. And this is something that no one wants to hear, but I'm gonna say it because, as I say many times, I don't care. Because the true things that needs to be heard, they're hard and they're not easy and they hurt and they offend a lot of people. Without a proper, healthy body that only ingests clean elements and that's full of beautiful energy, there's no ascension. Ascension will never exist. And if you're doubtful about this, go research the sages of ancient past and check how their bodies were. Check how their bodies were. See if they had some diseases, or if they were gluttonous and they used to eat a lot. And for those sages who are depicted as having let's say, bodies that are not healthy, and yet people say that they're enlightened, there's basically two case scenarios about that. One is that it's not true, it's a lie, and it was made up. That's number one. Number two is that they are an exception. And you can't base the exception on everybody else. So for me, I'm saying what I'm saying because I know what it takes to get there is a proper, clean, healthy body that doesn't ingest alcohol, that doesn't ingest drugs, that doesn't ingest unhealthy foods or beverages, processed foods, oils, sugars, salts, processed sugary things you see in supermarkets. You know, there has been studies made on the people that live the longest on earth, that have the longest, healthiest life. They not only live for a very long time, but they're also healthy. And they're all above 80 years of age, and they're healthy. And the research found out that the reason why these people were able to live over 80 and be healthy without any sickness or disease or ailment, and they have proper memory, and they speak properly, they walk properly, they're perfectly functioning, perfectly fine. The reason why is because they checked the diets of these people. They found out that these people, they had one thing in common with their diets. It was not veganism. I'm just talking for you if you're one of these people who can't give up meat. I'm just telling you what's the secret for long life. It's not about cutting meat. Cutting meat has a different purpose. The purpose is not for a long life. These people, they had one thing in common, and it is they never eat processed foods. Never. Their whole life. They mainly consumed 95% of the time, they mainly consumed cooked, healthy, fresh produce, fresh meat, fresh fruits. Everything comes directly from the tree. Everything is made at home, cooked at home, with very few oils, very few sugars, very few salts, very minimal ingredients, and keeping it simple. The diet was very simple. You have fruits, you have vegetables, some type of meat, some fish. Everything is cooked at home. It's not overcooked. When it comes to drinks, they only have green tea. And most of these people are actually based in Japan, in some rural areas in Japan. The only beverages they would drink there is green tea that doesn't have any sugar in it, like leafy green tea. That's the only beverage, and water. And very simple, minimal diet that consists of rice, vegetables, some fruits, fish, and that's it. No processed foods, nothing. Of course, in addition to clean air, to living in rural areas with mountains and forests, of course that plays a role as well. But the research have proved that the main thing that made these people live longer and without ailment or disease is not consuming processed foods. Keep it in your mind. Processed foods. I say it and I repeat it. And processed foods can mean anything you're probably eating in your daily life. The pizzas, the burgers, the pastas, and the packaged stuff, the carbonated drinks. It's just disgusting. It's gross. It grosses me out when you go in a supermarket and you see that stuff. It's just, I feel like throwing up. It's gross. That stuff is gross. And the more you clean up your diet and eat very healthy, the more you're going to be grossed out with that kind of stuff. But it's going to take years for you to get there, as I have explained in my other video about cutting meat. And why is it important to connect to spirit? So that's what your higher self wants you to remember. And one last card. We have the World card, another major arcana. And here, you know, the Sun, that was the card that fell earlier. Major arcana, the Sun, upright, followed by the World card, upright. What else do you want me to say? Your higher self is being loud and clear with you. Remember to keep being on the right path, to keep doing the work that you're doing, to be positive, to be happy, to be energetic, And the key for doing that is to connect to spirit, to be healthy with your body, to eat clean, and to always remember that the physical and the spiritual complement each other. They are part of the same thing, and they are one and the same thing, just like light and darkness. And that's why I always say embrace your darkness, because if you don't understand how to embrace your darkness, you will never understand the light that you're seeking. Never. The same way for the physical and the spiritual. If you don't take care of your body and if you don't treat it with care and respect, you will not understand how to connect to spirit. And that's what your higher self wants you to know. Thank you very much. I hope this reading resonates. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions, and I'll answer them for you in other videos. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Shachris ilaros shinzeresh isa mujeres. Oi, shusi.